Hello and welcome to the 19th episode of the Rocket League Mapmaking tutorial series. Today we're going to talk about how to make custom Dropshot tiles. Now this video is going to be no UDK, just quick Blender tutorial on how to set up the tile, and then UDK you can go back and watch my how to set up Dropshot tiles, and all you have to do is set the static mesh and it works. So I'm going to delete everything, obviously, and we're going to create a tile. Now I am just going to create a basic cube tile. So I'm going to create a UV sphere, this is the size of a ball. And so I'm going to make my tile maybe that big. It doesn't really matter to me. This is very similar to what I did for all Dropshot. But there we go. So I got a basic tile here. And I'm just going to inset it like that and then hit Y. Y, 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 Y. And what that's going to do is going to separate every single piece like that. Okay. So, got the tile here, and it's important to separate pieces. If you don't separate your pieces, it's not going to break correctly in UDK. Because what it does is it moves the faces, but if it's one face, it doesn't animate correctly. So another thing you could do is if I merge by distance, so now this is all connected, you can also do edge split and 0. And when you apply this, this should break everything, so you could do it that way too. And if I have this pointed down, it makes this 30. You apply this, it should break this edge apart from everything because it's 30 degrees. So that's another way you can do it. But for now, we're just going to leave it normal. But this edge split is very, very important because without it, the Dropshot tile won't break correctly, as I said. How do we actually make this tile fall? Well, all you have to do is you go into vertex paint, set the color to green, and then you paint the entire thing green. You can hit Shift K, or you can go to paint, set vertex colors. And now that means it's going to fall, and that's it. That's basically all you have to do is set the vertex color of the thing you want to break green, and then if you have any rings down below, like the normal Dropshot tile, you're going to want to set those to white, because they're not going to move as much. But most of the time, you shouldn't want to add extra rings. So you just vertex color it green. And if you want to view it in here, you can go to attribute and it'll show it. Now, another important thing about these is they need UC exclusion. So I can create a sphere here. Or not a sphere, a cube. And I'm going to set this to vertex. I'm just going to move everything to the edges because I forgot how much I scaled it up by, even though it was just a few seconds ago. Alright, so that's like that. And make sure to leave a little bit of distance and triangulate it. And then you can set this to UCX underscore whatever the name of your model is. So I can name this the tile. I can delete the sphere now. So this is the tile, and UCX underscore tile. I've gone over this in a previous tutorial, and also make sure the normals are faced out. And that's it. So if you import this into UDK, you're going to get a static mesh, and then that static mesh you just put onto the Dropshot on a breakout actor, and your Dropshot tile is going to work. Now, the other thing I need to talk about is that you cannot use any custom materials or anything like that. It has to be the very specific Dropshot material. So what you can do for that, if you want to know how to UV it, is you can go download the textures. I've extracted them already. There's RGB and there's normal. So RGB, and then in the shading, I'm going to take this, copy it, and I'm going to set this to the normal. I've already imported them. Usually you have to hit this button and then go find them, but I don't want to look through it mid recording, so I did it previously. But as you can see, this is what the material looks like. And if you want it to not be colored like this, you can separate color, and you could just set it to, I think blue's the best one. It's one of these, but you can just set it to one of those, and it's going to separate the color a little bit more. So let me hide that, and we're going to set this to texture. Okay, so now you go into UV editing, and you set your tile however you want. So I forgot what most of this does, but you're just going to have to mess around with it, obviously. So I think for all Dropshot, which was the map that just came out, which is what I'm making this tutorial after, I put it something like that. And then these 4, I unwrap them separately. It's like them all, they're all the same. 90. And then I did something like this. I think. I'm not entirely sure. But this is basically how you have to UV. This is how you have to UV, is you have to use this material or these textures. Specifically, you can't use anything custom because they don't work. I hope this showed you how to make a quick and easy custom dropshot tile. All you need to do is create UC exclusion. Edge split is very important. And then vertex paint. And that's it. So I will see you in the next